Hello and welcome to another reaction. I'm Andy Knox and tonight I'm going to be watching episode 4 of Chernobyl. I was actually going to watch something else tonight, but I ended up watching Titanic for like the 20th time today. I'm in a bit of a sad girl mood, so I feel like the cheery thing that I was going to watch today should hold off until I'm in a better mood. And tonight I'm just going to continue on this series. So far it's been so heart-wrenching. The makeup and everything in the last episode was so convincing that I was just like shivering and grabbing onto my skin because honestly, it looked like they were in so much pain on those hospital beds with all of the chemical burns or whatever you call them from the radiation, and it was just so intense watching it that I there were times when I was just like, I just feeling my skin and it was just so intense. So kudos to that makeup team on the episode and I guess the next episodes as well, because it was so well done that you guys seriously need to be applauded. So yeah, I don't really know what to expect with this episode. After all the deaths of the first responders that came in, I guess we have Ignatенkov's pregnancy and we'll see if she develops symptoms from touching her husband. And then we also have to figure out like the evacuations and things like that and what actually happened during that night. And like I said before on the previous episode, I think they're going to dive into like an explanation or like showing us what really happened. So I really want to know if someone really made a mistake or if it was just like a clerical error or some mechanical error or something like that. So I hope that they show us exactly what happened. Whether or not it's actually what happened or if it's like a theatrical way of what happened, I just really am curious to see like how they go about it. So yeah, make sure to subscribe for more because I'm going to be doing the rest of this series as well as other reactions. And make sure to check out my Patreon where I have my Discord server so that we can chat about different movies and TV shows, as well as polls for you guys so you guys can choose what I watch next. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into this episode.
It's time to go. This is an evacuation, you understand? You have to come with me.
Why?
Because they told me, so now I'm telling you. It's not safe here. There's radiation in the air. What's wrong with you?
I've lived here my whole life. What do I care about safe? You're not the first soldier to stand here with a gun. When I was 12, the revolution came. Boys like you marching in lines. They told the rest of us to leave. No. Then the Great War. German boys, Russian boys. My brothers never came home. But I stayed, and I'm still here. So I should leave now, because of something I cannot see at all.
That's intense. After all of that, I mean, you never know what's true, who to believe, anything. I mean, it's truly for her protection, but she's just like, look, I've been through this before. It's really hard because you can't see it in the air, but it's like, it's still there.
This is your last warning.
Oh my God. I mean, what are you gonna do though? You can't shoot her, you're trying to evacuate her.
It's time to go.
Oh my gosh. Jeez. Wow. It's a rough start, man. This episode's gonna be intense. Still going strong. We're trying to, at least. God, you can see it in his posture. He's run down.
Why is the core still exposed to the air? Why have we not already covered this up?
The debris on the roof is graphite from the core itself. It'll kill anyone who gets near it.
We couldn't put a man on the moon. At least we can keep a man off a roof.
If you were to stand there in full protective gear, head to toe, for 2 minutes, your life expectancy would be cut in half. By 3 minutes, you're dead within months.
Oh my gosh.
It would be fair to say that piece of roof is the most dangerous place on Earth.
So, what do we do?
That's what we wanted to ask you.
Everybody's asking that question. What do we do? Nobody knows. Oh, man. It's the question of the hour. All these poor boys. They're so young and they're just going to be exposed. I have a feeling they just don't know what they signed up for. Like maybe they have just a notion of what they signed up for. They're saving people, all of that. But the toll that it's going to have on their bodies and everything, they're probably not even close to being prepared for that. It's a bathroom? That's interesting. Never seen anything like that before. I mean, it kind of reminds me of what they did in ancient Rome, where they had like stalls where it was like open-ended and everything like that. But these guys were sitting on kind of like a log thing, and then their butts were like around them. So that's really interesting. I wonder if that's like standard in barracks like this.
What unit were you in?
They had me in Motorpool in Kiev, but then they...
Not this bullshit. In Afghanistan.
I wasn't in Afghanistan.
I feel like this is his first time. He's too young.
I'm not in the military.
They're running out of men. Showers, food. Those guys, they dig up the ground. Those guys, they cut down trees.
What about them?
I don't know them. Fuck them.
Oh man, this guy's gonna be a character for sure.
You, me, we do animal control.
Killing all the animals.
We load the bodies on a truck, dump them in a pit, bury them in concrete, and then we drink.
That's why he killed the cow. I was like, that's a little cruel. Like, what are you doing? You're trying to convince her to leave, but he killed it because it was radioactive. I completely forgot about that. Still cruel, but it makes a lot of sense now.
I need to see the following documents. They're listed as permission only. I'm working for the Central Committee.
Comrade?
This woman's really uncomfortable right now.
She can have that one.
Thank you, comrade.
Man, living in a world where you have to thank people even when they're being assholes or keeping information from you. I guess you have to thank them for giving you something, right? Man, so much that needs to go. So much that needs to be cleaned. Acres and acres and miles. Gosh, and so many people's lives have to be forfeit because of it, just so that they can contain the damage.
Bring up the cameras. Signal.
Acceptable. Running onboard diagnostics.
The Central Committee have informed me that they may have found something that could work up there from the outside.
American?
Of course not.
Valer, what's that?
Smile.
For once, something good is happening. They're making progress. Looking healthier now. Is he going to talk this time?
I see your condition has improved, Comrade Dyatlov.
No, leave.
I need your help. Akimov initiated AZ-5. When you gave the order...
Order? What order? Toptonov called it out, Akimov pressed it. Was the only good decision they made. Incompetent morons.
Insulting them till the end, I guess.
I found this in the State Archive. They didn't redact the table of contents.
Oh, she knows something. Now he's looking.
The missing pages apparently refer to a positive void coefficient and AZ-5. Does that mean anything to you?
What are you after here? Why are you asking me this?
You worked with this reactor. You know it better than I do.
So everything's my fault, then? Is that what this is?
I'm not here to blame you. I'm here to find out what happened. And whether you realize it or not, I'm your best chance to avoid a bullet.
I mean, at this point, is the bullet even really that bad? After everything he's gone through? And everything he's about to go through? It's interesting that they're emphasizing the cigarettes. I wonder what that's all about. Maybe it's like cigarettes do really harsh damage to your body as well, but I guess they're not as bad as radiation in this case. It's like the only salvation that they get because the cigarettes like calm them or something, even though it's poison to their bodies. This kid is so inexperienced, even the way he's holding it. They didn't teach him anything before he came. Oh, they're so happy. It's so rough, but I mean, if they run rampant, I mean, they can honestly just cause more harm than good. Look at him, he's just chilling. He's just like, hey, come pet me. Oh, is he gonna be able to do it? Oh. He's still alive. Come on, kid. He's suffering now. Don't go closer. Just finish the job. Come on.
Don't let them suffer.
Sorry.
You're dragging that to the truck.
Oh, that's such a rough job. I don't know if I could do it.
Look, this happens to everyone the first time. So what? There's no shame in it. There are never any good stories like in the movies. They're shit. I was so scared I didn't pull the trigger again for the rest of the day. And I thought, well, that's it, Bacho. You put a bullet in someone. You're not you anymore. You'll never be you again. But then you wake up the next morning and you're still you. And you realize that was you all along. You just didn't know.
At least he can empathize with the kid and like show him some sort of like respect. Cause man, I wasn't sure like how the relationship would go with this entire thing. Cause he seemed like a ball buster for sure. But at least he can say like, hey, you're okay. Everything's gonna be okay. This happens to everyone. You'll get through it. I mean, you need at least someone to encourage you to keep going after all of the craziness that you have to go through with this. Yay, robots! Helping us out. All of that damage.
Easy now, careful.
What is this? Ah, another robot. Looks really cool. Hope it gets the job done.
Motor's good. Signal's good.
All right, let's take this easy. Forward 1 meter, reverse 1 meter.
Germans.
Reverse 1.
Oh no! No! They lost the signal? How did it die already? Did they do that on purpose? Oh man!
I want them to hear! I want them to hear it all!
Oh my god. Slap in the face. That's crazy. Are you serious? Jeez, man. Oh.
The official position of the state is that a global nuclear catastrophe is not possible in the Soviet Union. They told the Germans that the highest detected level of radiation was 2,000 Röntgen. They gave them the propaganda number.
Ugh, not the real number.
That robot was never going to work.
Jeez. Officials basically screwing themselves over by giving the propaganda number and not giving the real numbers because it's a foreign country. They don't want anyone else to know what's actually going on. That is crazy though, because, I mean, how are you supposed to help the situation if you don't give people real numbers? Damn. At first I thought, oh crap, did the Germans screw them over? No, it's their own government screwing them over. What can you do?
If we don't clear the roof, we can't build a cover over it. If we can't cover it, that's 12,000 Röntgen.
We need another robot.
Who's gonna build it? Seriously.
The Americans.
If the Americans had that kind of technology, do you really think they'd give it to us?
Bio-robots. What was that?
Bio-robots?
We use bio-robots, Ben.
Once again, they will be forfeiting their lives to do this, and we don't know if it's actually gonna work, but we have to try something, right? Bio-robots, let's do it. See what's up. He's got it now. There's an extra dog and a kitty. Oh, look at it. Look at them. I wonder if there's gonna be like a hungry dog that tries to attack them or something. Is it a puppy crying for its owner? Oh, there's a whole litter.
Don't hear me. I'm talking to you. Just go outside. Go.
Jeez, even he's hesitant. God, that shot was so good. Even just the back of his head. You know exactly what his expression was. You didn't even have to see his face. God. You can just see it in their faces. It's really getting to them. It's not an easy job. I love these shots of them walking too. Like you can just see them feeling the burden of what they have to do.
The Soviet people have had enough of this accident. They want us to clean it up, and we have entrusted you with this serious task. You will each have no more than 90 seconds to solve this problem.
90 seconds?
This is for your own safety and the safety of your comrades. This is a working area. We must clear the graphite. They all must be thrown over the edge here.
It's time to go. After 90 seconds, I will ring a bell. When you hear it, return immediately. Drop your shovels in the bin and proceed down the hallway for decontamination.
90 seconds. You better run. It's barely any time to think, let alone actually make a difference. Oh my god, and even just like the sound. That sound would just, honestly, that scared the living bejesus out of you. It's basically just telling you, get out now. There's too much radiation. This is gonna kill you. Even just hearing it now, I want to get out of there. I'm not even in it. Run. Oh no, don't touch anything. Oh no, come on. Is he stuck? Oh no, why? Oh. This guy. Oh.
Comrade soldier, you're done.
Oh, dude. It's winter time. This is like December then, right? Is she going into labor? Here we go. Are we gonna get the baby reveal soon?
We're going to be asked to give expert testimony. All three of us. But before that happens,
The Central Committee is sending Legasov to Vienna.
What are they asking you to do?
tell the world what happened.
Well, then you'd better know what happened.
Here we go.
Are they guilty?
Yes. Of gross incompetence, violation of safety regulations. But the explosion? I'm not sure.
What do you mean you're not sure?
Wow.
I think this article may have the answer, but 2 pages have been removed. You've seen this before?
Believe me when I tell you that I had no idea it could cause an explosion. None of us knew.
What? He knew?
The operators pressed AZ5, but instead of the power going down immediately, for a brief moment, it went up.
Why on earth would they press that button?
They didn't know.
Volkov warned the Kremlin 10 years ago.
Oh, the KGB classified it. It's a state secret.
The floor will not lead to an explosion unless the operators have pushed the reactor to the edge of disaster.
So it is their fault?
Yes.
But not only their fault.
Yeah.
We can make a deal with the KGB. You'll leave this information out in Vienna. They quietly let us fix the remaining reactors.
Deal with the KGB, and I'm naive.
She's not wrong.
You have a chance to talk to the world, Valerie. If that chance was mine.
But it isn't, is it? Because when it's your life and the lives of everyone you love, your moral conviction doesn't mean anything. It leaves you, and all you want at that moment is not to be shot.
Do you know the name Vasily Ignatenko?
Oh, here we go.
I've been looking in on his widow. She gave birth, a girl. The baby lived for 4 hours. They said the radiation would have killed the mother, but the baby absorbed it instead.
Oh, man.
To hell with your deal. To hell with our lives. Someone has to start telling the truth.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised that they didn't show the birth and everything, though. They showed her having labor, but I would have been really interested in seeing, like, her experience with the birth, them telling her, oh, your baby isn't going to live, or seeing what the baby looks like, and, you know, having that connection with the baby for that, like, small amount of time that she did. I feel like that would have been really powerful. I wonder why they chose not to do that. I feel like that was a bit of a missed opportunity unless they're going to show us something more later. Wow, I'm actually really surprised by that episode. I really appreciated the ability to see what the soldiers were going through and everything, but the way that the last episode ended, it seemed like it was going to be more of Ignatenkov's story, but they kind of just put her on the sidelines and just kind of like gave us little tidbits of her. But I would have been really interested in seeing her entire emotional process going through the birth of her baby. I feel a little robbed of that. But I mean, as a whole, this episode was good. We got to see a little bit more of the process of getting rid of things off of the rooftop, leveling out the ground, getting rid of the animals and things like that. We got to see more of what the other people have to deal with their mental states, and even the most like hardcore soldier, still you can see in his face that it's really getting to him. But yeah, I don't know, with this episode I feel like it was missing a little bit of something that the previous episode had, but I am kind of grateful that it didn't destroy me as much as the previous episode did in terms of like seeing the agony that people were going through, this was a little more subtle in the ways that they decided to deal with that. So I am grateful for that. But with this next episode, I feel like maybe they're going to show us the trial and, you know, what they decide to reveal to the world, whether or not they actually do. I remember in the first episode we had, I can't remember his name. I think it was Legasov. Legasov was putting papers together or recording himself. I can't specifically remember. And he hid them for someone to find. I'm assuming he was hiding them for someone in some sort of journalistic or, you know, some sort of capacity where they would be able to share everything that was happening to the world. But that was like years later. So I feel like maybe during this trial, they're not going to be able to say as much as they want to, but we'll see. And then there's also the fact of, you know, we still haven't necessarily seen exactly what happened. We've kind of been told, you know, this is what they did wrong and things like that. So I'm interested in seeing if they're actually going to show us like play by play of what actually happened during the event. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for the next episode. I have a feeling that it's going to be less about deaths and more about finding out the truth. So we'll see. Remember to subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.